everybody, I'm Savannah, and today I'm going to be talking about the Anna Todd after series. I'm going to be talking about the characters and the twists and turns and how I feel about the book in general. So let's get right into it, and I hope you guys like this video. I'm basically going to be talking about the characters one by one and how I feel about them and describing them to you guys in the best, honest possible way ever. So first there is Karen, which is first basically there is Ken, which is Hardin's dad. Ken, he's a good person. I like him. He's like Hardin really looked like he doesn't really have a really good relationship with either one of his parents, because his dad really wasn't around as much when he was younger because he had like a drinking problem, and so yeah. But still, like, his dad's like trying to get his like life back together. He like throughout this whole series he like hasn't been drinking anything. He's like sober. I'm pretty sure he's been sober for like a couple of years. But Hardin like still didn't like him because he like still holding a grudge about what he did when he was younger to him and his mom. So yeah, and like that's like another reason why Hardin has his nightmares, like because of his childhood, because like what happened to his mom like traumatized him. And there's Carol, who is Tessa's mom, who is really against Hardin and Tessa's relationship. But hey, who isn't against their relationship in this book? If they're not helping Tessa and Hardin, they're either trying to break him up. But yeah, she's one of those people. Carol, I feel like she just does too much. But I feel like every book, movie has a parent like her who like doesn't want the two main characters to end up together because she's against the whole thing. Like, you're against the relationship because you think this person isn't good for your child, so you're like trying to do everything you can, and you're like power to like separate them, like keep them from each other, but it's not gonna work. You're like just bringing them closer together. And so yeah, she like doesn't like Hardin because I guess because he reminds her of her ex-husband, which is Tessa's dad. So yeah, but I'm gonna talk about him like probably a little somewhere down in this video, so just be patient with me. And so yeah, her mom is like really crazy, like I'm not sure, and it's like just the thing she does like so annoying. Like when she found out Tessa broke up with Noah, she was mad. She went crazy. She flipped her lid, and like Tessa knew it was gonna happen. She like flipped her lid. She went off on Tessa. She was like, how could you break up with him? She's like, Noah is the best thing that ever happened to you. And here I'm just thinking, what's going on? I'm like, what is going on? I was like, well, okay, clearly she doesn't care about him. And I was like, first of all, like, why does it matter who she dates, like, to you? What's it to you? I understand that's your daughter, but you can't just be sitting up here telling her who and who not to date. Like, that's like crazy. I was like, why is like everybody so nosy in this? I understand that's your child, but you still can't be up here telling her who and who not to date. She clearly doesn't like Noah in that way, so why are you say like trying to force it? And she like you could tell like she did not like her, and she despised him. She would like just call him bad names. Sometimes she'll like not even acknowledge him when he was like there, which I think was the best way. It's like but yeah, oh my gosh, she like she just could not stand her. And then there's Karen Scott, which is Landon's mom, which is which is Hardin's stepmom. Karen is such a sweet person. She's like so nice. She's like, I see where Landon gets his amazingly sweet personality from. I love them. I love those two so much. Like, I can see why Ken loves her so much. She's like an amazing person. Like, so sweet. Like, it's like she's like such a nice person because like every time Hardin gets mad, like when he got into that fight with his dad and broke something of hers. I can't remember what it was. It's like anything about that is like a lot of stepmoms would not put up with their like stepson's behavior, especially like Hardin's. Like she would like to have told her husband, hey, your son can't come around here anymore because every time he comes around here he like gets mad and like breaks up my stuff. But Karen is such an understanding person. She like shows how much she cares for Hardin and Tessa, and like that's just like, it's like, how sweet can you get? It's like, you are such an amazing person. Sorry. And she's like such an understanding person. She's like so supportive of Tessa and Hardin's relationship. Like every time they get into a fight, Tessa like runs there because she like feels most comfortable with those people because like, you know, they're like supportive of their relationship. And Landon's her best friend, so that's a bonus. And moving on from Noah. Noah is basically Tessa's ex-boyfriend. Noah was, I thought Noah was, I don't know, I feel like it's funny because Tessa acts like she cares so much about Noah, but she cheated on him twice. Like, okay, let me like go back and like talk about that a little bit. First of all, when she like went to college, when she like started going to college, I want to say a couple weeks in, when she like gets involved with Hardin and his little group of friends, it's like they're like the reason why Tessa is acting the way she's acting now, because like they like slowly start to change her because she like started picking up their habits and stuff. Basically, mostly because of hanging around Hardin. Yeah, and so basically when she like first cheated on Noah, she like tried to apologize and like I guess like she was trying to not go back around Hardin as much. But we all knew like that wasn't gonna happen. We knew she was gonna go around him regardless. And I had to like write down like some of the stuff I like thought. Like, oh my gosh, it was like just so funny. It was like so funny because Hardin told Tessa when they were like at the lake, we can't be friends. Like, he was basically just like, well, I can't just be friends with you. And like, yeah, like we can't just be friends because we don't normally do what friends would do, like basically make out and stuff, talk flirtatiously to Tessa or say dirty things in her ear. And Tessa was just like, I know he's right and I can't stay away from him. And here I am thinking, don't you have a boyfriend, Tessa? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is nonsense. I'm over here just thinking, why does the author always write the characters with a boyfriend or a girlfriend? And they end up cheating on that person. It's like, that's not okay. Like, but these people can live happily ever after. That's sad, if you ask me. These people can live happily ever after, but this person just got cheated on. That's like so sad. But when something happens to the main character, they don't nobody want to bring up when they cheated on their boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay. And another person is Molly. I really don't like Molly. But there's there's two other people who I don't like more than her. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't like Molly because I feel like she's so irritating and annoying, because the moment Tessa like comes around, you can like tell Molly like doesn't like her, or Tessa doesn't like her. Like Tess was like calling her all types of names, like saying she was a slut and all that because of the way she dressed. Like Tessa, you can't like judge a person by the way they dress. Like that's just maybe she wants to wear that. Tessa, hey, you can wear whatever you want to, but I'm not gonna judge you. That's you. That's not me. Like, but yeah, but it's like the second Tessa and Hardin starts dating, that's when Molly like wants to like try to like look like she's like more interested in Hardin than like when it looks like he wants Tessa. That's like when Molly like wants to start getting all up in their face and all up in their business and stuff. Like, why do you want him more now that he's with a girl? Like, people like her, like they like disgust me. Like, stop trying to like be a home wrecker. He does not want you. He's with this one. Like, and then she like always like try to throw the fact that her and Hardin slept together in Tessa's place. Like, Molly, we all know that. We all know Hardin slept with you. Okay, he slept with Steph too. He slept with this girl. He slept with that girl. He slept with her too. You're not the only one. What makes you so special? Okay, and now he's sleeping with Tessa every night. Okay, and there you go. Like, okay, have a sip of that tea. Like, you're not special, Molly. Like, okay. Like, that's really not nothing to brag about, Molly, because he was, like, basically probably sleeping with everybody else while you were thinking you were special. Like, yeah, you set yourself up for failure, honey. And, yeah, Molly's just, like, so annoying and irritating. It's just, like, and, like, when they were telling her about the bed, Molly, like she was, like, trying to embarrass Tessa even more, talking about the sheets and stuff and the condom. And here I am thinking, are you serious? Y'all just told her about this bet and this girl isn't still trying to recover from that, and she's still over here in shock, not seeing anything, frozen and humiliated and embarrassed, and you have to keep talking and adding on. I'm just like, are you serious? Are you for real right now? Why are you doing this? Like, that shows me what type of person you are. Like, wow, Molly. You're just mad Hardin didn't want you. You're mad because Hardin chose Tessa over you, so now you like have to embarrass her, make her feel bad. Okay. But yeah. And despite all that, like, I don't like Molly. Never will like her. Like, I will like take, I don't know, probably 10 points off of that, because she did help Tessa out at that party in chapter, what was it, 3? I think it was 3. It was chapter 3 when Tessa was at that party and Steph had drugged her, and yeah, she called Hardin. So yeah, I'll give you that one, but I still don't like you. So, and then there is Steph. I can't stand Steph. I don't like Steph more than I don't like Molly. The list just continues of these people who I don't like. It's just, they're just irritating and annoying. They're two-faced and they talk too much. It's like, oh my god, shut up. It's like, Steph is like another one of those people who I don't like. She like, basically when Tessa found out about the bet, Steph was sitting over there crying and stuff. And here I am. You're up here. I'm up here thinking, why are you crying? What is the reason for you crying? I'm up here like, why are y'all crying? Y'all weren't crying when Hardin was making the bet, but when Tessa finds out, y'all want to all of a sudden cry so someone can feel so someone can feel sorry for y'all? I was thinking, no, I'm feeling bad for Tessa, because like, y'all were so two-faced and backstabbers that y'all had to lie to her face and smile and act like y'all was her friends and hurt her like this. Like, are you serious? But you want to have the audacity to cry. I'm sorry, I'm like getting so worked up. I'm not even talking about it, y'all. Another thing, oh my gosh. Like, Steph is like such a liar. Like, when Tessa like forgave Hardin for like what he did, like with that bet, Steph like wanted to get mad because Tessa still wasn't talking to her or anybody else except Harden. She was like, "So you can forgive me, but you can't." Like, she was like, "So you can forgive him, but you can't forgive me." And I was just thinking, yes. I was thinking, yes. Why not? I was like, and Steph, your point is, of course she can forgive Harden. Clearly, I don't know why, because she's crazy. And so, yeah, Steph was getting mad, and Tessa, I don't know. Yes, she thought about it, and then she started feeling bad because that's what Tessa does. She feels bad for a person because they make it seem like somebody's doing them so wrong. They try to make them feel bad, try to manipulate them. It would I wouldn't have like wanted to hear all of that. Like Steph up here talking about some, oh, I wanted to tell you, Tessa, about the bed. I just like couldn't because Arden told us to be quiet about it. I would have been thinking, I would have. That's when I instantly knew they wasn't her friends when she said that. You messed up when you did that, honey. Just stop and think. Just stop and ask yourself. If a person is your friend, they like will like tell you the truth regardless if they know it'll hurt you or not. Like, I would prefer you to like be sad and let you get led on and be even more hurt down the road. Like, I don't want to hear none of that. Well, I wanted to tell you. You could have told her, Steph. You're the main one out of all of them that could have told her because y'all were living together in the same dorm. So why couldn't you have told her? There's no excuse there. You just didn't want to tell her. Like, I wanted to I don't want to hear all I wanted to, coulda, shoulda, woulda stuff. No, you just didn't want to. That's all there was to that. Like, why are you still lying? Like, y'all got caught. She knows everything. She knows about the best, so you don't have to still act like you care when you know you don't. Like, and Tessa's already naive, so she's like, go believe anything anybody says, especially if they look like they're sad or hurt. I wouldn't have been going for that. I don't want to hear none of that BS stuff. I don't want to hear any of that. I wanted to tell you crap because if you really wanted to, you would have pulled me aside and like been trying harder and told me about that bet. Like, okay, like the girl had a video camera. Like the girl was recording Harden when he did it. So, I mean, yeah, okay, but you wanted to tell it, and then just acting like Tessa's friend in general, acting like she cared about her, trying to warn her about Harden. And like, Tessa knew about Harden from the beginning, whether she wanted to say she didn't or not. She knew about him regardless. You knew what type of person he was. You knew how he treated girls. He told you he didn't do relationships. Like, she knew all this stuff before she started dating this guy. But when she gets into the relationship, she want to start acting like all this stuff is new and just started happening overnight when really it was happening before you came along, Tessa. So why are you acting all new now? Like, I don't understand that. I don't get that one right there. And like, yeah, just like basically everyone in general was like trying to tell Tessa to stay away from Harden, but you know, she didn't listen. So you know. And the next person, Landon, my utmost favorite character in this book. Really, like, I love Landon, hands down. Like, love him. Like, really, I do. I feel like Landon is just like the most sweetest character on here. He gets it from his mom, you know. He is like the most sweetest character on here. It's like his like personality is just, oh my gosh. It's like, if you've watched The Hunger Games, you know who Peeta is. He kind of reminds me of Peeta. He's like so sweet because he's like more of a friend of Tessa than anybody else has been. Like, he's like so understanding and caring. He's always there for Tessa, like when she needs him. Like whenever her and Harden like gets into a fight, like she can always go to Landon, like just talk to him about that, and like he's like so understanding. It's like, oh my gosh, I like love Landon so much. He's like I can't. It's like I love him so much. It's like I feel like Tessa and Landon has almost sort of a Jacob and Bella like sort of relationship. The only fact is, I don't think Landon likes Tessa in the way that Jacob liked Bella, but they still have that sort of relationship, that connection, that friendship. So yeah. But yeah, moving on to Zed. I don't like Zed. There we go. That felt good. I don't like Zed because Zed is a manipulator. He's a liar. He's a snake and a rat. He's basically all those things and more. Yeah. Just, okay, let me get into Zed's character. Zed, at the beginning, when, like, Tessa, like, first started going to school, I'm not sure if Zed liked her or not. It looked like, that's what, like, it seemed like he was coming off of, like, he liked Tessa. But the thing was, Tessa, like, wasn't attracted to him because she was, like, saying she basically had a boyfriend. But the second Hardin came along, she started forgetting all about that boyfriend stuff. She, like, started focusing on Hardin. And, everything's all about Hardin, It's Hardin all day, every day. So, yeah, right there, like, yeah. Like, yeah, if she wanted to be with you, Zed, she would have went for you before Hardin, okay? So, yeah, and it's just every time Tessa and Hardin breaks up, Zed is always around, looks like, to like try to tell Tessa, or try to like just tell her about why he thinks he would be perfect for her, and how he wouldn't treat her the way Hardin treats her. Break her heart, like, try to control her. You're right, because you will be worse. Like, okay, she doesn't want you. She's not trying to hear all that, what you could do for her, because it's not going to happen. Because you're not going to do it for her because she doesn't want you, Zed. She's told you on multiple occasions that she doesn't want you, so why are you still up here setting yourself up for a heartbreak? Like, that's you. If you want to keep chasing a person who doesn't want you, that's you. And every time they like get into a fight or a serious argument, Zed is always there with his nose in their business. It's like, see, Tessa, like, if Hardin cared about you, he wouldn't, like, be hurting you. And here I am, like, getting all worked up and stuff. Like, are you like, what? Okay, first of all, you're right about that. But let me stop you there, Zed, because Hardin is her boyfriend, whatever. They're on a break. Whatever they doing right now, it don't have nothing to do with you. It's not your business how he's treating her, what he's doing for her, how he's talking to her, how you would treat her. It's not your business. If you ask me, she's dating Hardin. You need to stay in your lane. You need to mind your business. Like, okay, you're saying you can treat her better, but I thought you were supposed to be Hardin's friend. What type of friend tries to take their friend's girlfriend away from them and talk about how they can treat them better than how their friend is treating them? That's not a friend. That's like a two-faced person, first of all. Like, no, you're fake. Like, stop trying to go after Hardin's girlfriends. You need to stop it. She doesn't want you. Why are you steady, like, pushing it? Like, she tells you all the time, every time, like, Zed, I still love Hardin. Like, exactly. She still loves Hardin. So, and she's gonna go back to Hardin regardless, each and every time. So, just let it go. And another thing, Zed is just, like, he's, like, way too annoying. Like, Hardin told him multiple occasions, like, stay away from Tessa. He told Tessa to stay away from Zed. But Zed, being the crazy, stubborn person he is, doesn't listen to Hardin, keeps going around Tessa, keeps trying to convince her of why he thinks they'll be perfect for each other, Like, he's gonna actually do something, Like, they get in a fight every time over it, back and forth, and Zed loses every fight. And I'm just thinking, why would you want to why exactly do you want to keep getting into a fight with a person over the same stuff and you are steady losing the fight each and every time? That makes no sense to me. You're getting into a fight over the same stuff because this person keeps telling you to stay away from your girlfriend because you keep trying to move in on her. Like, Zed. First of all, there are so many things wrong with that picture. Like, okay, a normal person in the right state of mind would like not get up in Tessa and Harden's business. Like Landon, that's like Tessa's best friend and Harden's stepbrother, and he doesn't even get in their business as much as Harden's friends do. I feel like Harden's friends and like Tessa's mom gets into their business so much and like tries to tell them what to do. But Landon doesn't do that. He like stays out of it and minds his own business. He like keeps his 2 cents to himself. He like doesn't like tell Tessa what to do. Like sometimes he does, but it's like not that serious as Harden's friends be. Like talking about, oh, you should break up with her, you should leave her, you should do this, you should do that. Like, you should mind your own business. How about that? And so yeah, I don't like Zed because he's too nosy, he's too two-faced, he's a backstabber, and he just like tries to sabotage their relationship too much, and it's like just so annoying. It's like no matter what you do, she's gonna always go back to Harden. So it's like you need to give up now. Like you like really need to give up because she does not want you. Like moving on to Harden, the British Bat Boy Scott. Okay, so Harden Scott. I feel mixed emotions for Harden as a like and dislike relationship there, because I like him because of some of the things he does, because he cares about Tess, and because he looks like a sweet and genuine person, because he looks somewhat kind of broken, hurt deep down. I feel like it's really not his fault. And on the other hand, there's the fact that he's controlling, possessive, doesn't want to take responsibility. Yeah, so I'm about to talk about that. Harden Scott is like, I mean, I feel like he like thinks the world revolves around him, and if he cannot get his way, he will like just get mad and like just start flipping out and like just start destroying stuff. And like Tessa, he like tries to control Tessa. He like tries to tell her who to hang around. Sometimes try to tell her what to dress, how to dress. And it's just like, Harden, you need to calm down. Y'all are not married. Why are you like trying to control this girl so much? And at one point he like told her like not to go around that, which I don't think he's wrong for, but it's just like, it's like sometimes he would like talk like about Tessa like he owned her, like she's mine, like you shouldn't like be going around her. Like, Harden, do you like not know how crazy you sound? She's yours, but you're not married to her, but she's yours. Okay. And just like Harden is just true control it for me. Like when he wanted to go to London and Tessa wanted to go to Seattle, here he is talking about I'm not going to Seattle, and neither are you. We're going to London. And he was like some shit, and like here Lynn is like, she's not going to London. Here Tessa and Harden is like, yes, she is going to London. And no, yes, I am going to London. She's coming with me because she loves me. And here I am thinking, well, so she's supposed to come to London with you because she loves you, and she's just supposed to drop everything and just go to London with you and just pass. It's like, no, that sounds way too easy, and it's not going to be that easy. Like Harden, I guess that's how things work in his head. He just pictures it's going to be like that, and then he like just automatically assumes it's going to be like that, but that's not how the world works. That's not like how the real world works. Like, so yeah, he like basically tries to control Tessa in different ways, and he like does really stupid, silly stuff to like make her mad, get under her skin. Like whenever they like get into fights, Harden would like just say hurtful and mean things to Tessa, like call her out her name, talk about her father, bring out how he's an alcoholic, or talk about her mother, or talk about how she's like her mother in some ways, stuck up and stuff. And he never takes responsibility for what he does. He'll like either blame it on Tessa, or blame it on his mother, blame it on his father, blame it on anyone. But he's not taking responsibility for it. It's like, Hardin, you need to grow up and like take responsibility for the things you do in your life. You can't constantly keep blaming everybody else for things that's going wrong in your life. It's less like your fault. Like, okay, the things your father did when you were young, that kind of sort of is his fault for not being there for you, but you need to take some responsibility for the things that's happening in your life now. Like, you constantly get into fights, that's all you, Hardin. That has nothing to do with your father, that you don't know how to control your temper. And the fact that he gets so jealous so easily, like he's like instantly jealous of Noah because that's Tessa's first boyfriend. And whenever like Noah, like when Noah, he like texts Tessa like one day, like they like just got done arguing, though they just made up after this argument. I want to say it's either a day or a couple hours later, Noah texts her that same day. Here I am thinking, oh, are you serious? Why can't they just be happy for at least a day? It has like it's like not even daylight. It's like not even 8 hours yet, and they're like back to arguing. And here I am, just like, oh, well, here we go. And here Hardin is like, why was Noah texting you? Why were you talking to Noah today? And here we go again, back with the jealousy, and Hardin's back to being Hardin, you know, the jealous, controlling person he is. You know, the reason why Noah texted Tessa that day, I think, was like, no, she called him because his grandmother died, and her mom wanted him to, like, see how he was doing. But, you know, Hardin, he doesn't care. I was just like, yeah, he did not care who died. He cared more so of why she was talking to him. Like he wasn't trying to hear all that. He was just basically like fighting her, talk about somehow Noah thinks he's better than her and how her mom wants both of them to be together. That is true. Her mom does want both of them to be together. She doesn't want Hardin and her together. That's true. But still, Hardin, you like cannot like get so jealous so instantly of her talking to other guys. Like, if she wanted to be with Noah, she would be back with Noah, Hardin, but she's with you. So you need to like stop being so insecure and like calm down. Like, and then like the other thing, like he's kind of like, and then there's Trevor, which is her coworker, who he is really jealous of for some reason. And when he first met Trevor, he was like trying to fight him. And here I am thinking, weren't y'all on a break? Why are you trying to fight Trevor? What did Trevor do? I was so confused. I was like, you guys are on a break? What? Like, they can like literally be on a break. Hardin would not care. Like, it would not matter to him. If she's hanging around different guys, he's gonna like literally go and try to fight that person. But they're on a break. It wouldn't matter to him. I'm just thinking, this dude is crazy. Like, yeah, I would like get a restraining order on him if I was her. But that probably wouldn't do it any good. And so, yeah, and then there's Zed, who he really doesn't like her going around, which I really can't say. I don't blame him for that one, because Zed is a snake, like I said, and every time they break up, he like literally tries to like make a move on Tessa, and like, because he sees his opening right then and there, thinking she's like gonna give him a chance. But like, Zed, look at how many times they break up and you like try to go after her, but it doesn't work. She goes back to Hardin each and every time. Like, why are you constantly trying the same thing with her? Like, the I can treat you better like lecture. Like, she clearly doesn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't want to hear no Shawn Mendes this and that. Like, no, I don't like, no. Maybe you can treat her better, who knows that, but maybe she likes Hardin controlling her, who knows. I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's just like he gets jealous like so much. And then there's like her teacher in the third book. He was like checking Tessa out. I don't know what was going on there. I'm like still in that chapter. He was like checking Tessa out, and then Hardin got mad and stuff. Like, yeah. And then there was that waiter, which is another thing. Tessa and Hardin like got into this huge argument because they were like, you know, getting really flirty in the hot tub, and Hardin forgot to like wear a condom. And and then he like reminded Tessa, and Tessa was like it wasn't a big deal. And then they're like, there's another argument right there. And then Tessa goes in the shower, she forgets something, comes out, here's Hardin talking on the phone. And then Hardin was talking to her real estate agent because he was trying to sabotage her going to Seattle. And there's another argument right there. And yeah, somehow excuse me, somehow Hardin gets mad at Tessa and flips it around on her, saying, well, you know how much I don't want to go to Seattle, blah 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 blah, this and that, blah blah blah, that and this. So yeah, they're like, yeah, he tries to turn around with Tessa. And here's Tessa feeling bad like she usually does. And so they go to dinner with his family. And then Tessa's talking to this girl, her name's Lillian, which is Lillian's like a really sweet girl. I thought she was like one of those girls that was like trying to come in and like trying to take Hardin away from Tessa, which she wasn't. She like had a girlfriend, so don't worry. Yeah, but here Hardin was, Tessa didn't know at the moment, here Hardin was acting like Hardin, the jerk he is, had his hand around the girl's chair, steady whispering in her ear, while Tessa was at the table watching them. Yes, in front of Tessa now. In front of Tessa. Like, sitting on the opposite side from her, making sure Tessa can see. And here I am thinking, is this dude serious? Is he serious? Yes, he was trying to get back at Tessa for what he did. Yeah. I was thinking, wow, this dude is so immature. Wow. It's just crazy. And so there was like this waiter, I can't remember what his name was. He like Tessa, and then here goes Hardin getting all mad and jealous and stuff. But it's okay if he makes her jealous. Like, he was trying to show her like a lesson. Like, yeah, Hardin, you showed her, now here comes this guy coming along. And she's about to show you. And so Tessa goes outside to the balcony, like, get some fresh air to get away from Hardin and his nonsense. And the bartender follows her, and they like start talking. Not even 2 minutes later, Hardin's out there acting crazy, getting all hoped up, trying to get Tessa back inside. For what? I don't know. Maybe to make a fool of her even more. Tessa's not having it. She's not going back inside. But here I am thinking, maybe you should go inside with him, Tessa, because it's nighttime. You've been drinking. You in a dress. It's the middle of the night. You like surrounded by trees, and this stranger keeps offering to give you wine. I was thinking at the time, before I didn't know this waiter, I was thinking I would just go up in there with Hardin, despite what he doing, because it's not worth getting kidnapped and thrown up in a person's car. But here's Tessa like saying no to Hardin. Hardin's getting mad, threatening to like kill the guy. The guy wasn't having it. So yes, he wasn't having it. He like started talking about how his dad was a police officer, his granddad was the judge. How Hardin was still trying to tell Tessa to come back inside. Tessa still wasn't having it. And then yeah. And so Hardin, being the person he is, he gets mad because he couldn't control her. And then Hardin, and just the things he would say. He say hurtful things to Tessa and then go back and be like, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to say it. I just said it because I was mad. If you're in a relationship with a person and they purposely say things to hurt you, you get them out of your life. No. I don't know. That's not right. I don't care if you were mad or not. You shouldn't say stuff that will hurt the other person. And no, but you doing it once I can see, but you constantly doing it every time you guys get in an argument, that's you just doing it now just to hurt that person, and make them feel bad about themselves. That's not an accident. No, you doing that on purpose. And yes. And he was just basically I only come back to you every time we break up because you let me in so I can sleep with you. So basically he was trying to say he only gets back with Tessa because he wants to sleep with her, and because she lets him. And here I am thinking, well, that's a load of crap, because you are always on your knees every time she looks like she's serious about breaking up with you. You always get down on your knees and you beg her to take you back, talking about how you'll treat her better if she gives you one more chance. But Harden, she has gave you so many chances. Like, are you serious? And you treat her the same each and every time. Nothing changes. If anything, the fights get more brutal. I'm sorry, your arguments get more like worser. Like, yeah, like stuff like that. And it's just like the fact like that he like keeps trying to control Tessa, like stuff like that, and like keep meddling in her life. Like, he doesn't want to marry her and he doesn't like want to have kids, but you want to control her. Like, that's a huge problem to me. Like, Harden, you can't, like, none of those things that he's trying to do is like not okay with me. And if they were married, that would be different, but still, no. Like, still, like, yeah, it's just hard, and I feel like he, like, needs to, like, grow up a little bit, let his ego go, and, like, maybe just put a break on him and Tessa's relationship and, like, grow as individuals, and, like, then maybe come back and see how a relationship will do later on in life. But yeah, like, y'all not doing nothing in that relationship. That's like, no, that's like, no. And then there's Tessa Young. Tessa is like a really naive person. She's like really naive. She's nice, but you're just too naive, girl. Cause she believes everything Harden says. She believes she just believes everything. She'll believe anything anybody says. All they just have to do is apologize and bat their little eyelashes and like look like they're about to cry, and then there you go. Tessa's like about to break down, feeling sorry for you. See, like with the Steph thing, she forgave Steph so easily because she like was just like looking like she actually cared about her. And look at like when Tessa and Harden was like about to break up because she was going to go to Seattle, Steph wanted to throw her that going away party, but you know, that didn't go well as planned because Steph ended up drugging Tessa, and she was basically trying to set her up, and she wanted, I think the guy's name was Dan. She basically wanted to film it, and she wanted to make it look like Tessa was like cheating on Harden, or like, I don't know, look like, to me it looked like they were trying to rape her. That's what it looked like. Like, yeah, and I guess Molly was supposed to have something to do it, but Molly wasn't having it, and so she left and called Harden. And so, yeah, that's one thing. And it's funny to me because everybody after that had happened, they didn't do nothing to her. Like, just letting you guys know, like, don't like feel bad, like don't feel too bad. It's sad, but didn't nothing happen to her because, you know, Zed came because Molly went and got Zed, you know. Yeah, and another thing about that is everybody was trying to blame Harden for that happening. In a way, it was his fault, and it wasn't, because he told Tessa to stay away from Steph and stop hanging out with her. So it's really not his fault, because Tessa is just too quick to forgive people, because like I said, she's naive. Like, she was too quick to forgive Steph. Like I said, if Steph was her true best friend, she would have told her who Harden really was and about that bet earlier on. But she didn't. Why? Because she's fake. And because she doesn't like Tessa. She's just a two-faced, backstabbing liar. It's just as simple as that. And in another thing, like, it's just Tessa is like too quick to forgive people. And hey, I'm not saying that's wrong, that's just who she is. Tessa wouldn't be who she is, like, she like didn't forgive people like so easily, and like didn't care about people in general. That's just who she is. Yeah, because every time her and Harden gets into a fight and Harden like would say disrespectful things to her, like that bet, like she like just forgave him. I want to say probably, I don't know, weeks, maybe a week and a half later. She like just forgave him because Harden was on his knees begging and stuff. You know, acting like the little actor he is. You know, on his knees begging her to take him back. And then like, yeah, okay. And then then there's her dad. Tessa basically got reunited with her dad at the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3. And basically when they found her dad, he was basically homeless, and I was confused. I thought this guy was like gonna be like some big CEO like Harden's dad, but I was like, wow, this dude hit rock bottom. I was like, wow, this is sad. And yeah, he hit rock bottom. He still like he was drinking. But you know how Tessa is. Tessa wanted to take him back to her house, you know how Harden is. Harden wasn't having it. He told her no, but Tessa won. Because, Harden gives in to Tessa, because he can't help it. So yeah, they took him back to their house, but and so Harden, and so like when it was like time for her dad to leave, some guy came and like picked him up, and Harden like figured out like that her dad was like doing drugs, because like the guy looked like he was like on drugs or maybe a drug dealer. I was like, wow. Like, he didn't tell Tessa about it because he knew it would hurt her, Filled me, I would tell her guys regardless, so there wouldn't be any surprises. And when Tessa and Harden was like about to break up, because when she was gonna go to Seattle, I thought it was sad how Harden was not trying to fight for her. I was like, this dude think it's a game. Why are you not trying to fight for her? He was being so stubborn because he like didn't want to go to Seattle. Why? I don't know why. Because it has to be his way. He wants it his way or it's no way. I was like, oh my gosh. If I was Tess, I would have already left him. I wouldn't like sit around wasting my time with you. There's clearly no talking to you. Like, I see that now. But Tessa being the person she is, the loving, caring person, good girlfriend she is, still didn't give up on her and still trying to give him that one last chance to prove to her that he can treat her the way she wants him to. What happened? He's just sitting there, not doing nothing. And here I am, just like, are you serious, Harden? What was all that I love you and I'll treat you better stuff for? Are you serious? What was all that getting on your knees for? I was like, okay, it's whatever though. And so like when Tessa's like in Seattle, I'm just like, she like wasn't like all that happy because Harden wasn't there. My God. And so like it's interesting to me because when Tessa was like in Seattle, Harden like went back to their apartment and their door was like open, and he finds Tessa's dad and the guy who dropped him off like weeks earlier, and the guy is like beating Tessa's dad, and I'm just thinking, what is going on in this book? I'm like, what is really going on in this book? I was like, this is crazy. Like, come to find out, the dude was a drug dealer and Tessa's dad owed him some money. I'm just thinking, are they serious? And the fact about it was, Harden didn't seem that much concerned about that the dude was beating her dad. He seemed more concerned about them being in his apartment and the dude fighting, the dude trying to basically like kill him in his apartment. He wasn't focused on the fact that the dude was like that the dude was a drug dealer, that there's 2 drug addicts in your house. He was more concerned about how they got in there, which is what I wanted to. I was like, how did they get in here? Come to find out the dude had a spare key. I'm thinking, what is going on? Why does he have a spare key? Like, long story short, Harden just ended up paying the guy his money. And yeah, I went from there. And yeah. Well, that is it for this book. I hope you guys like the video. And just let me know what other books you want me to talk about or comment on. Please let me know. And I will see you guys next time. I'm still currently reading chapter 3 of the Afterbook series. And I will give you guys my opinion on that after I finish the rest of them. So I'll see you guys next time. So bye.